So I met this guy online and we hit it off really well and decided to have to go on our first date. And we arranged to have a breakfast date. So it was the morning just before, it's the morning that I had to go to work. So we decided to do it early and, um, just meet before going to work and go from there. So, anyways, so we met at a restaurant. We sat down, we had our breakfast, chatted about a lot of things, and shared our interests. The whole 9 yards, everything you do on a date. And we were really getting into each other. He especially liked me a lot. He even he even asked me out, for Saturday night too. And so yeah, things were getting pretty worked up, and it was getting time for me to go home, time for me to go to work, and he offered to give me a ride to work since it was just down the street. So, and because I was dropped off, just as a backstory, I was dropped off because my ex needed the car. But anyways, um, yeah. So by that time, of course, everything was going great, and I felt, entirely safe with this guy. Because he's been a perfect gentleman, and we really liked each other, so I didn't feel like there was any problem with that. Especially since it was just down the street. And just to let you know, he didn't know that I was trans because I didn't tell him. And the reason why I didn't tell him is because I just wanted to meet him and let him get to know me and, go from there. But and you may agree, you may not agree, but we all have to decide the way we're going to do it. Whether there's a right way or not, I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. But anyways, so I did agree to go and let him take me to work. So I got in his vehicle, and I had a little bit extra time, so he decided that, maybe we could just hang out and talk some more. So we pulled over into a public parking lot and started talking. But just then, all of a sudden, he looks over and asks me, "How long have I been doing this?" And it didn't really hit me at first what he meant, but then when it did, I was really, really freaking out. I was petrified in my head. But I knew I had to stay calm and cool about it. And the first thing I had to do, of course, is make sure I was okay. So I just kind of looked at him and, well, I didn't look at him. I just kind of like looked at him like this and just asked him, if we were okay. And he says, yeah, yeah. He says, nobody's mad. I'm not mad. And I hope you're not mad. Not that I have a reason why I would be mad, but I was more like freaking out. But he ended up being a perfect gentleman about it. We talked a little bit. Then it was time for me to go, and I just asked him, if he can just drop me off at the nearest stores, and then I can just call for my ride. But he insisted to just drive me all the way since would be more of an inconvenience for my ex to pick me up. So he ended up dropping me off, and everything was fine. But still, I was so unnerved. I had to take a few minutes and 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 sort through what just happened. But yeah, that was very freaky, and it taught me a lesson to take my own advice. And I only did this video just so you know that this can happen to anybody at any time. So don't think that, you know, everybody's just going to be nice about it. This could have turned out really bad. And just don't do it. Don't get in their vehicle. I mean, I'm not telling anybody how to date, tell them what's right or what's wrong. I chose one way of doing it, and just use your head. Of course, I have to take my own advice. But yeah, I'll never do this again. Trust me. I'm still trying to figure it out. Much less trying to figure out the whole dating scene. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe next time. I don't know. I'll let them know or something ahead of time and let them reject me anyways. But there's just no words for how I felt. This is so. It was so surreal. Time seemed to stand still when this all happened. So I'm used to telling people over the internet, not like in person. Well, I didn't tell them, but I'm not used to this being discovered this way. So, um, yeah, that's the wrong way to do it. So, anyways, until my next adventure, I'll see y'all later.